Okay, this is one of the, I think, 2v2 yesterday. And we have Christian and Izzy here. I think they're sailing with Safford and Hunter are on the same team, and then Mike and I think that's Eve sailing with Mike yesterday, or no, that maybe it's Caitlin. I apologize, whoever that is, and Kaplan and Eve. So this is one of the passbacks, and I think one of the big things that I want to talk to you guys about in this video is, you can't really see it, but just off of Christian's windward hip, I think it's Kaplan, and he's communicating what should be happening for this passback, right? And what I want you guys to notice is the gauge between Christian's boat and Mike's boat. Right now, Mike has a good opportunity, I think, to tack out, and I think he has to tack out because as this gauge between the boats narrows, Mike gets put in an increasingly difficult position, right? He's bow behind. His bow, the front of his bow is even with the middle of Christian's boat, right? So he's going to have a hard time kind of sailing through Christian's wind shadow and out the front. And as this gauge kind of narrows, he's going to have a hard time swoop tacking out of there, right? He bears off, Christian bears off, and it's a really hard maneuver to do anything here. So that's why he's pretty hesitant to do anything, right? And Kaplan's above in boat 3, and they're trying to slow. So at this point, this passback is really hard, right? And if boat 1 just tacked out earlier, the passback would happen really quickly because Kaplan's in a position to prevent Christian from tacking, or at the very least, he's in a position to match Christian's tack and have Christian go really slow. But at this point, Christian and Izzy are in a position to really just hold Mike as long as they can, you know? I think one thing, we can't really see Kaplan's positioning here, but I think Kaplan, if he gets a little bit more bow forward and over trims his main while putting the bow down a little bit, that'll create the biggest wind shadow. You know, and the other thing about this here, and you could hear it in the video earlier, is Mike came from clear stern, so he has a proper course restriction, which means he can't sail above close hold unless he goes into attack. So again, it was another reason why early on he needed to attack the boat, you know, and he might be able to kind of create more separation between his boat and Christian's by bearing off aggressively and then having a big swoop tack, but it's a really slow maneuver, and it's a maneuver where Christian can tack maybe back to starboard and he's still in control. So we're going to do a lot of pig in the middle stuff, but we got to get into this habit of not letting ourselves get into this position where the passback is really difficult, where the third place boat is bow behind the second place boat and the first place boat doesn't have awesome positioning to kind of make it happen.